All right, our next caller, QueefBeef. Hello?
Hello? Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How's it going?
It's going good. How about you?
Good. I'm just having kind of a weird night, you know?
Yeah, it's with all the racism going on, you just never know what people are gonna say these days.
Yeah, the whole thing, it's just everywhere you turn is
It's
some.
tragic. Can I just say I loved your performance. It really touched me to the core. I really
What
felt
performance?
uh that performance earlier. Do you not remember what happened?
What? Which?
There was like music and everything.
That was in no way any performance.
Oh, sorry. I had no idea. I assumed you were trying to make a statement
No,
about
I'm trying to light the way for a lot of people, and I'm
you know.
sorry
No,
if that
I
comes off like I'm
yeah.
acting or I'm pretending or I'm posing or I'm trying to fill a role or play a role. You know, what I'm trying to do is illustrate something that was not put before the public's eyes. I'm trying to be the voice of the voiceless on a lot of these things, and then I get told I'm like some actor on TV. I'm like some bozo the clown situation, and that's not what I'm about. I'm trying to you know
No, I see what you're saying. It's just really hard because Hollywood these days. It's hard to tell what's real and what isn't. Have you heard about the thing with Will Smith about the how it's all white people getting awards and there's no like black people?
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, see, it's everywhere. So it's I'm
It's
sorry that
stupid.
I assumed your real concern about this issue was just an act. It's just that I've been brainwashed by the mainstream media.
No, it's like when you think we've made 2 steps forward, we go 5 steps back. And
Yeah, yeah. It's
it
just tough. It's hard. It's okay, take your time. Hey man, if it's too hard to talk about, I don't want to force you
no,
to.
it's fine. It's just it just reminds me of
It's all right, man.
Will Smith. Will Smith did After Earth.
Mm-hmm.
He did. He did. Sorry. He did Wild Wild West, and he did Hancock.
Hancock was great, so I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's not even that. It's not even that he didn't win, like get an award or an Oscar for those. Um, he, but it reminds me of when I sat in the theater during Hancock. I love Will Smith, and he's always been one of my favorite actors, just period. And I do think he should win something. Whether I'm not going to say he should win an Oscar for those movies necessarily, but I loved um, Hancock. I thought I was really excited to see it, and I remember sitting in the theater and I was waiting for the movie to start. I was waiting for the lights to go down, and I was waiting to see the first scene, and I had kind of hyped myself up on it, and I'd kind of looked forward to it for a long time. Lights go down, the Warner Brothers logo starts to come up, and couldn't even take the moment to enjoy it, and I couldn't even take the moment to absorb his performance. Because as I'm sitting there, someone behind me, I can hear them. They've got their popcorn or whatever in a bag, and they put it down. And I could hear them whisper to the person next to them the most sick and just repulsive thing I've ever heard, and it ruined the whole experience. And as far as I'm concerned, they should be giving awards to Will Smith every year now just to make up for the fucking sorry, you mean to swear.
No, it's
For
fine.
the mess that I heard, for the whole thing. I heard this guy whispers behind me. He was with his girlfriend, his wife, whatever. And this guy whispers to the man, he whispers to the woman next to him. And I'll never forget what he said because it wrecked my entire night. And it ruined my movie-going experience forever. And he starts whispering, and I could taste the stink on his breath. I could hear the consonants forming by his lips, and the adjectives and the vowels just formed by every motion of his mouth. And I heard him say to his girlfriend, "I'm like Herbie, I'll hand you a cock."
No. They said that?
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand though. You go to a public place and you can't just go around saying things
And
like that.
he didn't think that I could he didn't think I could hear him.
But why
He thought
risk
he
it
was
though? Why
private.
risk
I can't argue about it or get into the semantics of anything right now. I don't know because I don't have answers. I don't have answers. But he thought he was alone, and I heard those words. They were like spears into my ear canals. He looked at her directly, and he thought he was alone, and I heard every word. He said, "I'm like Herbie, I'll hand you a cock."
Jesus.
And not only did I feel imprisoned by his words and what he said and what it what it meant, but I couldn't bring myself to enjoy the movie at all because not only was I thinking about that over and over and over and over and over and over, but I couldn't stop hearing that music. I couldn't stop thinking about a different Hancock. I kept thinking about Herbie Hancock, and the whole time I'm watching the movie, I'm trying to digest the scenes. I'm trying to see what's her name, who's in the movie.
Oh, it's
Scarlet.
been a while. I forget.
No, what's her name? She was the queen in Snow White and the Huntsman.
Uh, Charlize Theron.
Charlize Theron. The whole time I'm trying to absorb their scenes, all I can hear in my head, I hear it over and over and over and over. All I can hear in my head is that fucking song.
I I'm sorry you had to go through that, man. I wouldn't wish it on my enemies. It's just if you if people are going to see an event like that, why why would you risk ruining it for those people?
Yeah, it just showed me how ugly the world is and how sick people can be and how I'm I don't even I'm worried that I'm worried. You want to know my real worry?
What?
I wonder if later he handed her a cock.
That's wow. I hadn't even considered that. I just assume it's like something they said. But if he actually went ahead and did it, that's a whole another thing. I mean,
I don't even
now that image
want
is in my
I
head.
don't even want to think about that, man, because honestly, like why would someone choose that kind of person in their life? You know what I mean? You understand what
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying? Like someone goes up to you, someone has the gall to not only introduce themselves to you in their lives, not only introduce themselves to you and invade your space. Your space is your personal article, your personal that someone would have the nerve to not only enter your life, but have the gall to take your love that you have within you and claim it as their own, when in the meantime they're putting up this cloud. There's this cloud, there's another cloud, and there's a black sky after a while of just your hatred and your angst, and you have no respect. You have no respect for things that other people are doing. People worked hard. People put art on the screen. People fueled their energy and their time and everything they had in their soul and in their mind and their creative juice, and they put it on the screen. Will Smith canceled everything else for 6 months to work on that fucking movie. He put everything he could into it. He put everything he had onto the screen, and this man doesn't look. Not once does he look and think about somebody else or somebody else's art or somebody else's desire or passion or anything like that. It's a matter of not ignoring the screen, not doing something else, not multitasking when doing something else while a movie is on. It's about respect.
Yeah,
It's
I
about
see what
respect,
you're saying.
and he had none of it.
It's not even like he just
No, no,
wasn't
no.
paying
It's not
attention.
even. It's not
No,
even that. You're not
he's
even
going out of
understanding
his
yourself.
way. He's
There's a
going out
matter
his
of
way to
respect for what
disrespect.
other people are doing, and it's not about
I
a
agree. I
film on
agree.
the screen. It's about a person, and he ignored that person. Who's to say he wouldn't ignore the passion and the desire of any other person?
Now I'm upset.
So for him to sit next to this woman while Hancock is on the screen, they've worked for years on this film. It's up on the screen, and he's ignoring it,
Billions
and he
of
looks
dollars
at her.
went into this too.
And what does he say? Do you remember what he said?
I couldn't repeat it word for word, but the impact is still.
I'm like Herbie, I'll hand you a cock.
Just every time you say it, it just gets harder to listen to. I'm just. I'll never understand what it was like to be there, but I just.
No, you won't.
I, I mean, I can try, but
No,
I'm
you
so
won't.
sorry. I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
Well,
Honestly.
sorry doesn't take that day back, does it?
Look, the most we can do right now is support Will Smith and end racism, because that's all we can do. Because the root of all this, in my opinion at least, is racism. That's like the most basic hate that someone could have, is being.
It goes beyond racism. It's about disrespect. Racism is born of disrespect. But disrespect has many forms. Racism is one. ageism, sexism, all of it. All of it rolled into one giant ball of hate, and I saw it on display that day. It comes in many forms. There are monsters lurking around every corner. There are demons in every dark corner. But in that dark theater, I saw a glimpse of one of the worst. Disrespect for the dream. Someone's dream. Anybody's dream. To treat it as though it's some sort of trash that it can be thrown away, that you can ignore it, that you can turn away from it, you can turn your back on it.
Just
that you could see it, that you could look at the projection of it, you could see all that it represents on the screen, you could turn away from it and put down for 1 second your box of Mike and fucking Ike's and look at her and say to her, I'm like Herbie, I'll hand you a cock. It's not even that funny of a joke. And he's not even getting the right Hancock right. Hancock is a superhero movie. He's talking about an electronic artist.
it's just tasteless. It's not even that.
It's tasteless. It's
disrespect.
immoral. It's unfunny. It is an abortion. It is unholy and evil.
I just wish that one day we can reach a point where people don't have to worry about things like these happening. I mean, that's why I appreciate what you guys do, because you guys take like an entire week and dedicate it to ending such a massive problem, not just in this country, but in the world. And I mean, I try and do my part, but it's going to take everybody coming together to recognize Will Smith and give him an Oscar.
I know what I have to do. I know what I have to do. I know what I have to do. I don't want to do it. But I know what I have to do.
Whatever you need to do, I hope you do it. Godspeed.